I will be going through all of the perp contracts that I have enough data to cover and creating a watch list. Of course, this is brought to you by FTX, the good people, the good folks over there at FTX have put this on. So if you don't have your account, 10% off your trading fees in the description below, as well as how to go long, go short, and more importantly, manage your risk. So check that out and open your account today if you haven't already. Okay, Christian, this time is different, of course. I'm Dunkley. If you had $50,000, was that 500? No, 50. Where would you midterm hold it? Oh, geez, I'm not going to say that because that's it's not really my game. I mean, look, I know what I hold. I hold Bitcoin, I hold Ethereum, I hold some DOT. You know, I'm pretty simple when it comes to my investments of holding and longer term positions. I do bank profits back into Bitcoin and Ethereum, though I will tell you that much. What's my opinion on reef? It depends the tide, the moon, and the wind. Love a good reef break. Love fishing the reefs, but it's all to do with tide, moon, and the conditions. G'day, Joseph. My day is good, Addison. It is good. Just got back from training, had a shower. Still a little bit warm, but no, feeling great. Kids about to get home, and another day nearly done. All right, so first things first. Let's start with Bitcoin as we always do, and we'll start with this top 10 and discuss what is going on here. So, all right, yesterday it sounded like there was a lot of people that were, I don't know, of the opinion that the sky was falling. And look, I get it because, you know, we've got a lot of new followers. We've got a lot of new people doing our courses. A lot of new people means a lot of newbie questions. And I get that. And it also means a lot of new emotion or new non-seasoned people in the market, which is all very, 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 very good. Now, I did a piece yesterday. It's on my YouTube under Trader Cobb. So go check that out if you didn't see it. And it's about consumer-led demand for our space and where I see it going and what it is doing at the moment. And don't forget to like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and please turn on your notifications so that you good people know when I do these here videos. So, I mean, yesterday, as I say, look at some of these candles, guys. Mega. From, we look at DOT, because I was looking for a long on DOT yesterday. Look at this. 13% from where it opened to its lows, but from its lows to its close, call it 20%. Some wild swings going up there. Wild swings going on there. So, naturally, a lot of people were freaking out because alts were selling off. I get it. I totally get it. And it's just if you're not used to the cyclicity and the volatility and the way these markets tend to operate, it can be daunting. But guess what? It also turns very quick. Now, I'm going to get to what this means to me in a moment, but I've got a couple of questions. Good afternoon. G'day, Joe. Thoughts on FTX funding rate? Always seem higher than most exchanges. Cost of doing business, absolutely. For me, I'm not too concerned at all. And the reason being is because they got good liquidity, good orders. I can raise the orders, trusting that they will be adhered to. I haven't had any issues, and the customer service, especially for those that are in my community, have been absolutely bang on. I also covered yesterday the cost of Ethereum fees, moving it around. Yeah, it can be expensive, but again, it's a cost of doing business in the most volatile market in the world. I put far more emphasis on the ability for me to raise orders that I trust and raise orders, like for example, that I can have an entry and stop loss in one deal ticket and target if I wish to. So for me, that is way more important, and I would pay for that, and I do pay for that to have that because it helps me to trade the way that I trade. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. So yeah, what do these candles mean to me? What do these big spike candles mean to me? And this is our top 10. So you can see across the board, big spike candles, big spike candle, big spike candle. Bitcoin did bugger all, really. I mean, it was down 5% at one stage yesterday. Since has crept towards 50,000 once more. Just a bit of a dip. Not too much going on there. But if you look, Ethereum came back into the cradle. XRP, back into the cradle. Bitcoin Cash, bang, tapped it, back in the cradle. DOT, back in the cradle. Litecoin, back in the cradle. Binance, not so much because it's had such a killer run. Cardano, same. Link, same. XLM, same. Now, it happened quick, and it didn't continue. Now, it may, but at the moment, we're up on today. For me, seeing the way that the pace at which the sell-off occurred. Let's go down to the 1 hour here. The pace, this is what I mean. Look at this. Bow! You know, that's a 1 hour candle on 6%, and there's a 1 hour candle at one stage, what I'd call that roughly 9%, something like that. The pace at which the selling off was occurring was starting to be a little bit concerning, but it stopped. And look what happened. Ba-ching, straight back up. To me, that says that there are people that still are in these markets looking for their opportunities, and they're happy to be playing this game. So it's a positive for me, a very good sign. Now, question. G'day, Cobb. Do you have a stop loss in place for your investments? If so, what time frame do you look at? Not really, Jake, no. If it's a trade, it's a trade. Just to take you back for, here's an example of this weekly one back here. This one back here, you could have gone a margin trade on that as well because it was a weekly candle and, you know, would have been a good one. But no, I was buying on this candle as it fell down. Didn't have a stop because I was looking to follow that trend, and an investment to me, on that side of it, it's very different to a trade. Very different to, very different ways of doing things. You know, there's an investment portfolio, there's a trading portfolio. So no, I don't have stops on those. Okie dokie. All right. Okay, so let's go have a. Let's go and like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Okay, so let's have a look at the list right now. Let's see what we've got here. Nothing on Ethereum, still sideways. Crab walking, no thank you. Now, I did a scan this morning at 9 a.m. on live trading floor with the members that I have. And by the way, thanks guys, it's growing very fast. So for me, coming back now, because there was bugger all this morning, really not too much. I'm hoping that we see some cyclicity on the lower time frames and the potential for tomorrow morning to have some daily cradles. So I'm looking for good trends. I'm looking for good cyclicity. I'm not seeing it on Cardano. Big candle on the daily. Do you trade exchange tokens like Binance the same as others? Are the technicals just as reliable, or do you trade more on sentiment? Trade everything based on technicals. I trade everything based on these puppies. Checklist. Everything. When I invest, I'm not using my I will look at the technicals, of course, but my trading, it's all based on market knowledge of cyclicity, of trend, of just so many different things that come together. I just tick boxes, man. Like I keep it really simple, and I've done that for. You get to a point where you don't want to say how long you've been doing it for, because you start to feel old. Nothing on Cardano just yet. Okay, Algo Perp. Now, for those of you, I did tell my community, my Slack group, from the trade back here, I closed it out around up here. Okay, it was Saturday. This Saturday just gone. I went and bought myself a little gift with the profits from that trade, and I just called it. I said, look, I'm just going to get out. There's plenty there. Blah 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 blah. I just took the profits, right? And now it's pulling back in. But even if you had a charge yourself, you could have looked at, and this is what I was speaking to my members about, the potential for you to, so I'm squinting a little bit, the light coming through, potential to move your stops up. You could have moved your stop to there, and then if you were on the 4 hour, you could have gone up to here as well. Either way, the sound underneath the mouse on glass is just a horrendous sound. Either way, let's have a look at what the reward is to that likelihood of stop out, which was up, I think it was on that one, 21.3. Best trade of the year for me, 21.3. So, you know, that's 21 times what you risk. 21 times what you risk. That's bloody phenomenal. But right now, what have we got right now, Mr. Cobb? What have we got right now? Well, we got a beautiful pullback. Look at that. Absolute smoking little pullback. Honestly, for me, I want to see this 4 hour get back into play. Higher low, I want to see a higher high up through here. Get that trend kicking back. And then I'll be looking for longs like you wouldn't believe after a very strong run and a very clean pullback. Nothing right now, though. Question, last one. Do you trade? No, I'm not saying this is your last question. I'm just saying that this is what it says. Do you trade under a trust or sole trader? Can you direct us to the right direction how to set up a trust to trade? No. Sorry, I can't. I won't. On matters of tax, I am not an accountant. Everybody is different, and everybody needs to speak with their own accountants, financial advisors. If I could, I would. If I had the confidence to do so and the knowledge to back that, I would. It's not something that I'm comfortable to speak on, because it's not something that I'm an expert on. As always is the case, get the right professionals around you and let them guide you. It's not my thing. I understand the question. I get it all the time, but it's not my world. Not my world. So sorry I can't answer that better. Atom, how's that for a cracker? You know, from $14, I mean, it almost bloody 2x'd. You know, from the low. And this is why it's not a bad idea if you've got a bit of cash on the sidelines, or you want to keep, you know, dollar cost averaging or whatever, just to have some of those orders in for those sorts of things. It's just to see if you can, you know, sometimes you'll get that, and you know, even if you just put even if you just put say $1,000 in or whatever your amount, you know, you've killed the pig. You've done really well there. Anyway, right now, messy, higher low, little higher high, but look at how it's getting all choppy. No, thank you, friend. AVAX, I tell you what would be nice, a little bullish candle tomorrow. It's not there yet. There's no point in looking at it because it is messy. What I need to see from here for me to go long again, or look for longs, not to go long, sorry, but to be very actively looking for longs, is for it to break up through this high, with this being the higher low. We get that. Same as with algo. I will be all over that like melted cheese on toast. And we're going to see that across many of these as well. Balances pull back in. If we can get a push above there, we'll start to see better cyclicity. If we start to see better cyclicity and a reversal, and a continuation of that 4 hour, which is my mid time frame, I'll have the daily time frame up, the weekly up, the 4 hour up, and then I'll focus on the lower time frames and start to look for opportunities. Right now, as it stands, it's a breathing time because the market is, it took a breath after having a run. It's taken a breath. Let's hope it's ready for another run. Until I get the signs, I'm not going to be too active. Bitcoin Cash, what have we here? Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. By the way, who got this back here? This was a day that I wasn't very well. Was it? Yeah, that was the day after I had stomach cramps, and I'm spewing because that was a cracker. It was there. I mean, look, it was 11 in the morning, so I was right on that scan that I do with, like, just before with my live trading floor members. Who's still in that? Did anyone catch that? Just want to, don't raise your hand. I was going to say show by a raise of hands, but I can't see your hands. So, do you do this scan same time every day on Facebook? Pork chops. I do it 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time every day, 5 days a week. That is for my live trading floor, which is people that you have to know the 3 strategies that I teach. I have to have done the course to get onto that. But every Tuesday I do at 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. I do a scan here for FTX. It got stopped out. Where'd you get? You must have got a profit out of it though, mate, because it kind of did its thing. Either way, right now, what do we got? What do we got? Nothing. Not a tang. Stopped out recently. Oh, sweet. You got a good profit out of it, though. Ripper. Bitcoin Cash right now, no thanks. Not much interest on any time frame here. No. No worries, mate. Happy to help. And don't forget, there is, you know, before you think about spending money, we do have the Chinese New Year sales still available, so you can go and get a discount there now. But more importantly, there is that free course. You know, go get yourself stuck in. You're going to get more content. This is just sideways in that free course, and I dare say many people would have already paid for it in other courses. So I am proud of it. I'm really proud of it. I think it's a bloody good course, and it's, you know, it's free. It's, you don't have to go to a seminar. It's free. It's right there. BitMax breathing. Understandable, really. I mean, what a run that is. Nothing there. Chiles. Righto, this one's pretty obvious to me. It's got to break up through here. If we don't get through there, look at this mess. This is not conducive of profitable trading with consistency long term. So I'm leaving it. Comp, again, a little bit. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, high or low. If we get to high, it's just too far off, guys. It's just too far off. As I've been taught, you know, do you breathe in or do you breathe out? Well, you breathe in and you breathe out. The market has been, you know, breathing in. Now it's breathing out, having a little bit of a rest. It does both. And this is the period where we get a little break as well. Just stay focused on looking for the best trades, the best setups. CRV, not for me. DeFi needs to break above this little higher low here to get, it needs to set a higher high, so this becomes a higher low. Doge, no. Dot, I'm just going to lower. just going to mark a little reference point right there. It's only a reference. It's not a clean enough level for a breakout, by the way, but it is. I'm going to reference that, but that's all. Because again, look at this, the wildness. The wildness. Not interested. Not interested on Dragon. Scientology. Oh, sweet. We're at 50k. Yoo! All right. This could get very interesting. Okay. Again, EOS. You know, these spikes are what's hurt me a little bit right here. Well, hurt my feelings. Yeah, Bitcoin could suck a little bit of the market out due to the fact that when it dominates, Remember pre-Christmas or lead up to Christmas, I just fortuitously decided I was going to have a holiday and just sold everything to Bitcoin. So it was very, very good because it really charged. So it'll be interesting to see if we can hold 50,000 today. I suspect there'll be some sell orders up there, and we're seeing us below again now. Either way. All right, Ethereum Classic. This is a chart that I do like. If it wasn't for that spike, I'd be pretty keen on something here. But what I do like is look at how clean the chart's been. Very clear high low, potentially. Obviously, it's got a break above there. But I don't know if I can put it in just yet. Because, I mean, look, here's what's got to happen. It's got to break above here. Then it's got to push on. Then it's got to pull back. That'll be my first opportunity for a pullback for a cradle trade. It's not there yet. It's going to take a little bit longer. It might be later tonight. How do you trade all these assets that already ran 200%? Same strategies? I feel like everything is run already. Yeah, same stuff, mate. You know, the market can and will move higher than you think. The market can and will move lower than you think, so don't think. That's the rules. Easy not to think, just do. I knew nothing 3 months ago before I started your course. I know a lot more now. I'm constantly referring back to it. Full of great info. Thanks again. Thanks, David. Couldn't have... Yeah, appreciate that, mate. I do. Exchange perp. Look, I'm stoked that you're seeing it a bit clearer. And I tell you what, mate, all you need now is a bit of bloody time under your belt, and you'll be away. Too messy here on file. Flamingo, no FTT. So far, nothing in the watch list. That's doesn't happen very often. Nothing really to work on there with Holy Trinity. It's that quick bounce back that's kind of hurt the tradability, really. I mean, it's good. It's good from a point of view of, okay, it's very bullish, but as a trader, you know, you get something like this. I want it to stop down there. I want it to close there because I want that little candle down here so I can trade it tomorrow and get position. But you can't have everything, and you've got to know when to stand back and when to get involved. Again, this Kama Sutra, not quite what I'm after there. Look at it, it was so nice, and then it went pa-chow! So yeah, can't do that. Nothing like another lockdown in Melbourne to give us a bit of time. If this market will clean itself up. Yeah, I feel sorry for you guys. Hopefully it's only 5 days down there, eh? Lucky you've got the Australian Open going, because that wasn't a bad idea, was it? Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I should be nicer. I should be nicer to my fellow statesmen and women. Okay, Litecoin. Let's have a quick look at this, because what I do like about Litecoin is where we've come from and what we're looking like now. Let's go into here. Okay, this is what I really like. See? Pull back, Badoinga. Pull back, Badoinga. Big move, right? There's that cradle zone. Works on the weekly. Any market, any time frame, crypto, yeah? So what I like about it is it hasn't gone kind of too bonkers just yet. It's pulled back in. Really like this. It looks really tasty and very, very strong, if I'm honest. That's it, Josh. Always look on the bright side of life there, mate. Another 2 weeks. Oh, shish. Okay. All right, I've been eyeing Litecoin up for a little while now. I just haven't got my opportunity. You can see back here. I was eyeing it up there. Didn't quite get what I was after. For some reason, that line I've deleted it about 16 times, but it persists. So it looks like I'm looking a long way away. It's actually just looking at the time zone on this camera, on this screen in front of me. Yeah, they should be calling it the Australian closed. Dad joke. Okay, so Litecoin. A lot to like. A lot to like. There is a level. It's not a tradable breakout level for me just yet. However, if it pushes up through that level, then I'll be looking at that level for opportunities to pull back into that level to get long. Litecoin is going in the list. It could set up a breakout. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do, but I will keep an eye on that. I do like Litecoin at the moment, just for there's a lot of reasons. What's the difference between fishing and tennis? Fishing is a sport. Winston said that. Not me. Oh, look, I don't mind having the odd hit about a tennis ball, but it's been a bloody long time since I've done it. Anything where you're outdoors makes me happy. It's just they haven't worked out screens yet. Well, not that I can work out anyway. That accept glare too well. NTA again, chippy choppy. No, thank you. Let's go to the 2 here. Again, you know, like there's so much there that, you know, we go from where we are now, which is quite clearly there's not a great deal of action for us to be trading, right? We go from where we are now to, you know, fast forward 2 hours. If we push up further, we get above this little doobalaki here, we'll have so many of these markets with a higher low and a higher high on those mids to lowers. Then we really settle in for a night of potential, a lot of opportunity. As it stands right now, because they haven't done that, it is a little bit limiting to what we can actually do. Now, this is what I was toying with this morning for a short. There was a little level starting to form through hither. It then broke down before I'd finished my scan. You could have stuck around. You could have stuck around for the 4 here. I decided not to. I did see it as a higher risk trade, and I just didn't feel the need to take that risk at the moment. I've had a pretty good run of late, and I wanted to keep it that way. I didn't see it to be worthy. Now, if you had have taken this 4-hour cradle, you would have got at least your first target of 1-to-1. It's popped back since then, and it is not something for me to be interested in. But just a little bit of insight. Again, and also that daily trend's really, really strong there. A little bit of insight as to why I do leave things sometimes. And it would have been, you know, there was a profit there, but it's not just about getting a profit. It's about getting good trades that you're comfortable taking. Okay, OMG, again, a really nice trend. Pulling back, moving up, pulling back, hubba hubba. Really nice move there. We're in the right zone, daily uptrend. Once again, another one. We get above here, we have a higher low to a higher high. We'll be good. That's when I'll be all over it. Now, of course, I'm doing my watch list videos now live as well. So if the market comes good tomorrow, or if it comes good tonight, we get opportunity, I'll just go bam and throw another one up so you guys can see what I'm looking at. But for the time being, pretty limited. It's popped through. Again, very, very big bounce on Priv Perp there. It needs to give me better cyclicity. RSR, no. Rune, no interest. Shitty shit perp. No thanks. Again, got to get through. And, you know, a good trader needs to know when to not be involved. And I'm telling you right now, what I am reading from the markets, I don't make my own decisions, so to speak. The market guides me. Then I make decisions when the opportunity to use my checklist comes. Until then, it's just about asking the right questions. The market is my partner, and she's just a little bit messy right now. Not in the best of moods. got to clean it up. Another one if we break up through there, but again, can't go in the list right now. Theta, still sticky. Tomo, still sticky. Tron, okay, beautiful. Broken from resistance, pull back in. Uptrend in play, retest the cradle zone. 4 hour here, push above there, we've got something. But right now, we don't. These watch lists are great for those of us that can't be around a screen for most of the day. Yeah, good. That's what you get every day in the community, mate. Every day, well, 6 days a week. So if you want to make it a little bit easier, I think you're in there anyway, aren't you, Jake? You're getting 6 days a week. Yeah, 6 days a week. So if you are a bit time poor, we drop you an email and let you know what's going on. Uniswap 2, 4. Got to get through 50. Again, another one. Very similar to most of these. Got to push up through. Got to get that trend in motion. Beautiful daily. Need that mid to be doing the right thing. V-chain, very messy. Waves, very messy. Stellar, another one. Got to push through there. Good daily trend. Monero, ooh. Are we going to have a little level down here? I don't think so. Oh, you little... Well, it's we've dropped the price on it, Jake. So go check it out if you've got the time or you want to. It's up to you, mate. It's a real bugger here because if it wasn't for that push up through there, we might have actually had a little level to play with there. But we don't. And I'm looking at this, and the honest reason I'm looking at this longer than I normally would is because there's so little on the list. I mean, Litecoin's the only thing there right now. I'll go back and have a look at Bitcoin with that little pop-up we've had, see where we're at. But I'm not going to change just because we haven't got much for a watch list. There's no point. What is the point? You know, I got to practice my preach. I'm looking for great trades. Ooh, speaking of which, what have we got here? Huh. Okay, can't ignore it. It's not a spike. I'm just looking at this going, higher low, higher high, pull back into the cradle zone. Now, yeah, it's just again, another one of these ones where if I was to trade this, and this is what I talk about in my rules when I talk about big candles. Sure, that candle's not big, but you've got to get the perspective of the distance between where your entry and stop would need to go, right? And that's going to be 11.3%. Now, sure, you might go, well, this XRP could go and explode. Yeah, it could do. It could also not do. Up to you as to what you want to do. But to me, it's really unfortunate. I mean, if that spike wasn't there, hey ho, give me 7 hours and 30 minutes, 11 p.m. tonight, I'd be raising my order. Absolutely. But you add that in and it's not quite so shit hot, is it? So let's expect a bit lower. Let's go Morse on this thing. Again, look, I think I'll probably be leaving that. However, if we are to push up through there, there would be a higher probability of the continuation of that trend. Therefore, we would then have a higher low and a higher high. Then I could drop to those lower time frames and perhaps even end up with a better position. So patience is key. Patience is key. I want to start trading, but I'm new and going through your free course. No worries, T2 Mataona. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I'll just go T2. No worries, T2. Glad you like it, mate. It's going to be XRP. I am going to keep an. Actually, no, I don't really need to put that in the watch just because I've got it in the top 10. I'll put it in anyway with you guys because it's a top 10. It's in my list. I check my top 10 frequently throughout the day. T-Dots again, got to break up through there. No thanks. Not there. Yearn, got to break up through there too. No thank you. Sorry, DeFi money. Right, Yearn. Here we are. Can you just slow down here, Mr. DeFi? Mr. Yearn, sorry. Mrs. Yearn. Again. Perspective, the daily candle 20. We got. I'm just looking at what the candle sizes are. I suspect it's going to end up being a bit big, to be honest. Oh, excuse me. Well, it's sort of same league as XRP. That being said, we get up above there. Look at how smooth this has been. Look, I'm going to put that in because that's something that I can come back to later and have a sticky beak on. It's not ready for me right now, nor is Zcash. 1 inch sideways, GRT, no thank you. Right, let's have a quick look at BTC again. Knocking on all-time highs doors. Will we struggle at 50? Will we push through? I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing I do know is that the cyclicity is not great until you look at this one, but it's still got work to do, guys. I want to see this. Perfect case scenario. Push on to 51 or 2. Pull back in. Smack bang on 50,000. Cradle sets up. That'd be ideal. Bitcoin's always in the mix for me. So guys, listen, smallest list I've ever had on these. Just happens to be one on the day after a bit of a pullback in the market's recorrecting. I'm looking at Litecoin. Will that become a flat level to trade? I don't know. But if it pops through, it does open the door for potentially cradles on your 15, your 30, your 1 hour, and so on and so forth. XRP needs to push up through this level. It's not too far off of that, hence why I put this one in. If we get through there, again, same plan as Litecoin, looking at those lower time frames for cradles and boosters. Then we go to Yearn. Yearn has a very nice pullback. It's not actually gone too bonkers. I mean, it went bonkers from back here, right? Whooshka! But it's been fairly quiet when you look at the big picture of some of these other alts as well. And it does move. It moves bloody well. So beautiful pullback in the cradle, higher lows, ticking all the boxes there. Just want to see us get through this level and start to trend a little bit better on the lower time frame. So guys, there isn't a huge amount right now, but it won't take long if we move higher to get a lot of opportunity. Everything that you're going to go through again later, if we do see us push on further, is going to be looking for little ones where it's pushed up. We've got the higher low and higher high, following those trends, bigger picture, and the momentum that's going on at the moment. Don't forget to go to tradercobb.com, get yourself onto the sale price for the Chinese New Year sale, and also FTX accounts. Description below, 10% off your trading fees, how to raise your orders, how to manage your risk, how to go long, how to go short. It is all there. And we've got the free course at tradercobb.com as well. You guys have a ripper of a day. There's not much there right now, but it tells you the big dog is sniffing around 50 G's and it's just cracked an all-time high. Have a great day. See you soon.